Okay, possessive adjectives. So, possessive adjectives are, just like any other adjective, they agree with the noun. Okay, the only difference is that these adjectives go before the noun, whereas most adjectives go after. So let's start off looking at the first person. Let's look at me or mis. Notice that there are two forms of this possessive adjective, the singular me and the plural mis. We're going to be looking at libros and mesas, just something masculine and something feminine, just to keep it simple. So let's start off with my book. We would have mi libro, because libro is singular, we would use the adjective mi. Next, my books. Notice now that it's plural, we would have mis libros. Next, something feminine. We have my table would be mi mesa. So notice that the gender doesn't matter, it's only the number. When we look at something plural, my tables, now it becomes mis mesas. So mi libro, mis libros, mi mesa, mis mesas. Alright, now let's look at the tú. Now we're looking at your. Notice that there's no accent mark. Tú with an accent means you, and that's the subject of a sentence. Alright, but without the accent, now it's a possessive adjective. We have tú, singular, and then tus is plural. And notice this is singular familiar. This is what you would use with your friends. So your book would be tu libro, your books, tus libros. Something feminine, your table, tu mesa, and plural, your tables would be tus mesas. And once again, no accent mark. Okay, the third one is either su or sus. This one's kind of tricky because when people see that second S, the sus, they automatically think that whatever it is, the object belongs to more than one person, but that's not necessarily true. Okay, so whether this is his book or her book or your formal, remember that's usted, someone older than you. Whether it's his book or her book or even their book, we would have su libro. Okay, so if 5 people share one book, it's still su libro because there's one book. Okay, now let's think about it as being either his book or his books or their books. Okay, the only thing that really matters is that books is plural, so now it's going to be sus libros. Whereas up here, he or they only had one book, it was su libro. Down here, he or they possess more than one book, so it's sus libros. When we go to feminine, the feminine word table, mesa, they have one table, they have one dining room table. He has one table, so it's su mesa. When we're talking about more than one table, it becomes sus mesas. Remember that this letter S doesn't tell you how many people it belongs to, it tells you how many possessions there are. 2 tables, sus mesas. 1 table, su mesa. Right? Now let's look at things belonging to us, our. In this case it'll be our book, our books, our table, and our tables. Notice here also that you have a masculine and a feminine form, along with the plural. So our book, nuestro libro. Libro is masculine singular, nuestro is masculine and singular. They both end with an O. Our books, now we have 2. Nuestros libros. Our table, nuestra mesa. Our tables, nuestras mesas. Alright, let's take a look at some examples here. Have a little worksheet maybe we can do. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and pause the video, and then you can work on 1 through 14 and then push play, and then we can compare answers. Alright, you're back. And let's look at number 1. It says, las alumnas no tienen their libros. Alright, so since libros is plural, we're looking at them, their books, we would have sus. No tienen sus libros. Okay, next, our primas van a España. Our cousins go to Spain. Primas is feminine, and I guess we could say they belong to us, they're ours, so we would have nuestras primas. Next, Maria. Hey, now we're talking to Maria. So we want to know, Maria, what are your classes like? ¿Cómo son tus clases? Only one of you, but you have 7 classes. Profesor Gómez. Now we have someone we're not on a first name basis, so this means we treat this person as usted. So Profesor Gómez, what is your Spanish class like? Now in this case he only has 1 class, so it's going to be singular. It's going to be su. ¿Cómo es su clase? Número 5. Raúl paga mucho. He pays a lot for his pantalones y zapatos. Now he purchases more than one thing, so it's going to be plural. Where's our car? ¿Dónde está nuestro carro? There are 5 of us that share 1 car. Muy bien, número 7. My amigos, my friends, tienen una fiesta el sábado. So notice I have more than one friend, thank goodness. So instead of using me, we're going to use mis amigos. Our madre está muy enferma. So our mom is very sick. Belong to us, and it's feminine, so nuestra. Ellos venden their casa. They sell their house. 1 house, 4 people. What's it going to be? It would be su. There's only 1 house. Número 10. Her brothers, hermanos, son médicos. So her brothers are doctors. There's only 1 of her, but she's got 5 brothers and they're all doctors. So sus hermanos son médicos. Okay, so your, plural. Okay, so your school is very pretty. You're talking to 5 people. Okay, your school is very pretty. 5 of you all, 5 of them, 5 of y'all, but there's only 1 school, so we're going su. Okay, so look at numbers 10 and 11. Get that to make sense. Once that clicks, you got it. Número 12. My clase de química es muy interesante. I only have 1 chemistry class, so mi would be the answer. 13. His shirt is blue. This one would be su. And ¿de dónde es your mother? ¿De dónde es tu madre? And there you go. I hope you did alright on this. Adios.